Bleacher Report just released its top 100 NBA players of all time list for 2025, and it's already one of the most controversial rankings we've seen in years. The biggest headline? Kobe Bryant came in at number 11, left just outside of the top 10, and fans aren't having it. Shaquille O'Neal immediately called it criminal, and Kobe's most loyal supporters took to social media, calling the entire list garbage and demanding more respect for one of the game's most iconic legends. But this isn't just another case of online outrage. This list shows us something deeper: the growing divide between emotion and analytics, between what we remember and what the numbers actually say. Kobe's resume is incredible by almost any standard. 5-time NBA champion, 4th all-time in total points scored, tied for 2nd in all NBA team selections, 3rd in all-star appearances, 3rd in 40-point games. One of the most relentless competitors the sport has ever seen, with a 2-decade career defined by clutch moments, historic battles, and a mentality that inspired an entire generation. But despite all that, Bleacher Report's panel of analysts, historians, and data-driven researchers didn't see enough to put him ahead of players like Wilt Chamberlain, Larry Bird, Stephen Curry, Tim Duncan, who all made the top 10 over him. So why? Bleacher Report broke down their ranking based on a combination of peak performance, career longevity, individual accolades, advanced metrics, and impact on the game itself. And that's where Kobe's case gets complicated. He only won 1 MVP, despite playing in an era filled with legendary talent. He never led the league in efficiency stats, like player efficiency rating, or BPM, box plus minus. His shooting percentages and true shooting numbers weren't as efficient as many of today's superstars. And while his legacy is immortal, he didn't revolutionize the game the way Steph Curry did with the three-point explosion, or the way LeBron James did with positionless dominance. This isn't a knock on Kobe's greatness, it's a reflection of how modern ranking systems work. The criteria has shifted. Legacy and narrative used to carry more weight, but in 2025, data rules the conversation. Voters are now looking at not just what you did, but how you did it. Efficiency, versatility, and era-adjusted metrics are changing how we define all-time great. And that's what has Kobe stuck at number 11, not hate, but numbers. But here's the problem. For millions of fans, especially those who grew up watching Kobe dominate the league, stats will never matter more than what they felt. They remember the 81-point game, the 5 championships, the fadeaways with 3 defenders in his face, the killer instinct, the final 60-point farewell, and they see any list that puts him outside the top 10 as pure disrespect. To them, Kobe wasn't just a player, he was the NBA. And that emotional connection is why this list hurts. So, is the Bleacher Report list actually trash? Or are we just holding on to nostalgia and refusing to let the game evolve? That's the real question. Maybe Kobe being number 11 isn't an insult. Maybe it's a sign that today's greatness is finally being recognized in a different way. But one thing's for sure, this conversation is far from over. Drop a comment with where you would rank Kobe, and let's talk about what really makes a player top 10 of all time.